Hello everyone, welcome back to Democracy 3 Extreme Liberal. So, credit rating has been downgraded, which is not so good. We're at a CCC. There's a superhero running about, which is good because that decreases crime. Our GDP has taken a little bit of a hit. But I know that we can turn this thing around. We can get a good economy going. And once we do so, we'll probably end up getting those polls turned around. And our expenditure is down, the gap is only 300,000. We can do this. We can get a good amount of people happy with us if we just can get our income higher. So I'm going to take a look at things we can do to increase our economy. Let's see. Agricultural subsidies would be fairly good. Consumer rights, it's gonna piss off a few people, but we can implement that eventually. Excuse me. Let's see, cap CEO pay multipliers, diversity quotas for companies. What is diversity quotas for companies? A diverse company is a happy and healthy company enabling diversity quotas. Oh, I see. It's basically a law requiring you to have a minimum amount of diversity in your employees. I can't do that. It's basically reverse racism. Basically what you're telling the company is that you have to hire someone even if they are totally unqualified for the job, simply because he is a different ethnicity than what the other people are, and you are lacking in that ethnicity. That is honestly kind of stupid. So yeah, not going to do with that. Smart meter program, that would be kind of nice to implement. It's not that much to do either. Let's do that. This can actually be very beneficial to, people in general. We're going to go all out with this. It's going to be one of our more expensive ones, or yeah, whatever. It makes environmentalists pretty happy too. And of course, energy efficiency goes up, which means that energy costs less. And if energy efficiency is higher, it causes an increase to the GDP, which means better economy all around. It also makes oil demand drop, which lowers the oil prices, meaning more people can afford to fuel their cars. And we consume less electricity, which also drops the oil demand, which decreases the oil price. So yeah, overall it's a very smart thing to do, those smart meters. Smart. Okie dokie then. So we need to do something to increase our income a bit, and I think a new tax would be a good idea. And actually, I haven't done anything with the drugs. I want to legalize cannabis. You can go to LSD or all drugs. I might have to go with all drugs just because it's the liberal one, and according to this extreme liberal thing, I have to go with the max happiness for the liberal, if there's an option for it. So when I come to it, we're going to do it. I know there's going to be downsides. We already do have a drug addiction problem. Legalizing drugs completely will just add to that problem. But the one thing that liberals always talk about with legalized drugs is that we can implement a drug tax to make money off the drugs, to help pay for things like healthcare or something. I don't know. Let's see. I want to implement a couple more things. I get how much capital per turn? 27. So if I do a couple things, that would be fine. It takes 8 to implement this. So I need at least 35 capital beginning of next turn to do the drug thing. Let's see. There's gotta be something I can do. Let's actually do this. Now, this is extreme liberalism, not extreme socialism. So I can do just a small amount for this. I could go all the way to 50%. That is a huge amount of money. Oh my god. But we're only going to do this. Okay, go for it. Oh, we're going to be short for the drug tax. I should have thought that out. Shit. I should do the drug tax right now, actually, because I could afford it. Oh well, next turn. Ban alcohol adverts? Yes. Alcohol is not good for you. Unemployment has gone up, which is kind of sad. But don't worry, I can turn that around pretty fast. Okay, so what I'm going to do instead... We're going to legalize prostitution. It's completely legal. Conservatives don't like it at all. Religious, they hate it. Tourism goes up, GDP goes up, liberals are happy. Parents, they could use a little bit of lightening up. Perhaps they could go to the brothel and wind down a bit. Now I can't implement what I want to. Alright. Next turn. Credit rating is downgraded down to a CC. We're getting only 3% of the vote. Okay, and like the conservative one, I'm going to go for a couple turns. Okay, we're going to implement 2 new tax policies now. The recreational drug tax, which isn't going to be much. Revert changes. Actually, we'll go maximum straight away. And then, because we have brothels, we're going to tax the brothels. Apply changes. There we go. Alright. So when we have the drugs legalized, we will already be taxing the hell out of them. Basically what we're doing is we're setting up a tax system before we actually make something available to the public. Probably a smart idea too. Let's see, I already did that. That's making people pretty damn happy. Go max on this one because we can. Let's see. Community policing, we're already good on that. It's interesting how community policing actually doesn't affect vigilante mobs at all. You'd think it would have some effect one way or the other. See, yeah, this doesn't actually do anything to make liberals unhappy, so I could actually go full-on police force. But we're gonna go only to $40 billion per quarter. It's gonna increase employment. It's gonna reduce crime. It's gonna reduce antisocial behavior and alcohol abuse and vigilante mobs and drug addiction. It's actually a good idea overall. Let's see, there's got to be something new I can do as well. Let's see, National Business Council actually is a good policy to implement. It doesn't really affect anything with liberals and socialists too much, but it increases our GDP, which is always a good thing, so we'll go with that, go on to the next turn. There's a stress epidemic where up to 4% of the vote. Unemployment is on the rise. Crime is down. It's very funny that I have a hard left extremist group That's against me when I'm implementing a lot of things that the hard left actually would approve of. Oh, I can't afford it. What? Oh, my capital per turn dropped. Shit. Shit. Oh, boy. Let's see. Well... It's gotta be a new thing that we can implement. You know, this actually is a good idea. Public tax returns. Some wealthy people in society try to avoid taxes with illegal tax evasion methods. By making tax returns public, people can now check if someone is using loopholes or abusing the system. So, this actually is a very good idea. The wealthy not gonna like it too much? What? Liberals don't like it? I'm actually kind of surprised. Because usually the liberals complain about the wealthy using tax loopholes, and this seems like a perfect way of countering that, but liberals don't like this idea either. Weird. Very weird. Okay, we'll do some details. Yeah, that was very weird. I wouldn't have expected them to be upset about exposing the rich's tax evasion methods. Now, if you listen to conservatives, liberals love taxes, so logically, you should be... Logically, if liberals love taxes, then they should be for anything that makes it so that people can't avoid those taxes, right? But no, I guess not. Alright, I did 4 turns in this, I believe. So yeah, we'll end this episode here. It might be a shorter one than the conservative one was, but I'm pretty sure I'm on the right term. Yeah, I'm on the right turn. Okay, so hope you guys are enjoying this series still. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and fave, and I will see you in the next episode, whenever that may be. Take care, guys, and goodbye. Oh wait, I forgot. Go to the next turn first. Credit rating downgraded again, 4% of the poll, blah 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 blah. See you next time.